YouTube beauties, I'm Tara Marie. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today I have for you this really glam nighttime club, like night inspired look. So without further ado, we can go ahead and get started in the video. And before you continue, make sure you hit that subscribe button and thumbs up this video, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so about to get this beat, about to get this glam, and for today I will be solely using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. Yes, take it in. Yes, yes. Okay, so for using this, like I said, we are doing Glam AF today. So to start off, I'm going to pick up, there's just like a regular fluffy brush, and I'm going to be picking up the shade Birch, which is this bad boy right here, and I'm going to be using that as my transition. And like I thought, it didn't really do too much. So I'm going to try the shade Twig right here, and it's a little more of an ash tone. So I'm hoping that this makes a little bit more of a difference. Oh, and it is. So I'm going to use that as my transition. I'll just layer that on top of Birch. Now that we have our transition shade down, I'm going to go ahead and put on my lid shade that I'm going to be using today, which is going to be Dystopian, which is this dark brown shade here. I'm going to be applying that all over the lid because we are being very smoky today. So I'm going to just pick up just a flat brush, and I'm going to pick this shade up, get a decent amount there, and I'm just going to start placing this all over the lid. Wow, and that's pretty pigmented. I'm going to take the same blending brush. I'm just going to blend out these edges. Put on a little bit more on my lid. I washed my brushes earlier and I thought they were dry, but these brushes are like playing games with me. FYI, this is learning experience. Do not use a damp brush to apply this because it is trying to leave my eyeball and it is not really sticking. So we're gonna work through this. But don't do what I did and try to wait for your brushes to dry completely before you start applying your makeup. So now I went ahead and blended out that brown. I'm gonna go back in with a clean and dry fluffy brush. I'm going to pick up my transition shades one more time and go back and blend on top of that dark brown so that we have a nice gradient going on. Alright, and now I'm just going to take this, another smaller kind of tapered, just like a more tapered blending brush, and then I'm going to pick up this black shade in the palette, Nior, and I'm going to pick that up on the slightest, and I'm going to just tap that on the outer corner. Oh my god, I just poked myself in the eye. And just blending out where we placed that black. Deepening up, slowly deepening up our outer crease here. Okay, so now that we have our eyeshadow, I'm not going to be doing a like winged liner for this, but what I am going to do, I'm just going to take a regular black eyeliner or pencil, and then I'm going to smudge this along my lash line. So I'm just going to drag this, and it doesn't have to be a neat line. Just going to trace along my upper lash line and then go in with a brush and smoke it out. And to smoke it out, I'm just going to be using this small little brush. And this little piece of my eyelid just is rejecting this eyeshadow. And I don't know what to do about it. Like, literally, this one little streak on my eyelid is just like, not today. Like, no, girl. I'm not wearing any makeup. But we'll see about that. I got something for. I'm just gonna patch that right on up. So now that we have that all smudged out, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a makeup wipe and clean up these edges because this is not a good look. Clean up all that fallout so that we have a nice sharp line on each side. So now we're ready to move on to our foundation. I got my BoxyCharm box for this month yesterday, and in it came this No Problem Primer by In Touch Soul. So I'm gonna test this out. I tested it on the back of my hand and it feels like it could be a little, I don't know. We'll see. So I'll dot this. Whoops. Dot this all over my face. And just rub that in with my hands. All over. And it feels like, oh my gosh, my eyebrow. Oh my gosh, and my concealer. Okay. First thing I learned about this primer, do not do your eyebrows first before putting this on, because this just took off all of the concealer that I used to carve my eyebrows out. And when I dragged it along, it took off a piece of my eyebrow also. It does feel kind of greasy, which I don't like because my skin is oily. So, and the fact that my foundation or my concealer is just like coming apart underneath this, or like coming apart after I put this primer on, not super hopeful that this will make my foundation last all day, but make it come apart and start coming off of my face. So we'll see about that. But first impression of this primer is a maybe not. So I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty foundation in 380, and pump this on. Okay, so for some reason, like, this foundation is looking super orange on me today. Like, I've worn this before. I'm wondering if it's the primer I put on, but this, I don't know if that's a thing, like the chemicals reacted and maybe like adjusted the color, but like this is looking so orange. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna see if I can fix that with some concealer and bronzer, but wow, this is interesting. So I'm gonna see if I can make this work. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my face with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Just everywhere I usually highlight, and put a little bit extra and blend this out. Okay, so the concealer made it look a little bit better. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go with my contour shade and just using the LA Pro Girl Beautiful Bronze. So working on one section of my face at a time. Gotta work fast, ladies. Got to work fast. All right, so we're making this foundation work. We're making it work. So I'm gonna contour my nose, downside, blend this out. So our nose and contour are all blended out. So what I'm gonna do now is just go over my contour. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I did not forget to set. So don't come for me. I set under my eyes using the Pretty Vulgar loose setting powder. And to go over my contour, I'm gonna pick up my L'Oreal True Match Blendable powder. And I'm just gonna pick up some of that and just drag that where I place my contour. Just to give that an extra, just an extra something. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put on my lashes before we get to the rest of the face. And for today, I'm just gonna be using like regular Ardell double wispy lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on off camera and then I'll be right back. So we have our lashes on. Now the next step to finish up the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and drag that dark brown shade that we use along our lower lash line. So going in again with Dystopian, picking up a little bit of that, which is like a small tapered brush. And then I'm going to put that along my lower lash line. So now that we have our bottom lash line nice and smoked out, I'm gonna go ahead and darken that up even more with our black pencil liner that we used. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my waterline. And I'm gonna drag it just a little bit onto my lash line as well. Woo, my eyes are watering. Okay. But now that we're all nice and smoked out, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the face. So for the blush today, I do wanna go a little rosy, and this looks really intimidating on the camera, but I promise you it's not as bad as it looks. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on my hand first and just pop that on to my cheeks. So I'm just gonna grab a face brush and blend out this blush. And now for the lips, we're going to be doing a red lip today, and I'm going to be using Lime Crime in the shade Wicked. And this is a matte lipstick. Oh, it smells like cupcakes. So I'm just going to use that. Now that we have our lip, I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down and get this glam look going, and then I'll be right back. All right, so this is our finished look, our nice nighttime glam date night look. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see more, please subscribe and thumbs up and share this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.